let's move on to our next topic. This is exciting, but it also came with some confusion, and we'll talk about that in a second. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a bidding war, started today, Monday, today. If you didn't know, this actually was announced a while ago. There were the rumors of Glenn Powell and A24 interested in doing something with the TCM rights. A bidding war was on the way. Well, now it's started. I think there are several, I think they said up to 8 entities that are actively going to be involved in this and pitching to Verve, who's had the rights since 2017, to make a new movie or, get this, a potential TV series, which I don't know how I feel about that.
I have in my mind what I would want from a TCM TV series. I feel like that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, the game characters?
No, I think you focus a lot on the family.
Yeah.
You go back and forth between your group of kids and their backstories and their adventures.
Yeah.
And then you flash to the family and you flash back to, the war for Choppy Tappy, etc.
Honestly, I don't really care who gets it. I just want them to go in with the real plan and to actually care about the family more. Like it's not just Leatherface.
Right.
We need the family in there. They need to put an emphasis on that because everything we've gotten from TCM for the last 20 years has been one-offs. Mm-hmm. They're like, all right, we're back. That movie sucked. We're not going to make another one. We're back. Oh, that sucked too. All right, we're done. It just keeps happening. So they've rebooted it, spiritual sequels, et cetera, requels over and over again, and they just keep being one-offs and they end up being bad. Now it seems like they're really going to try and push something good here, especially because you look at the people who are pitching. Okay, one of them we know is Jordan Peele of Monkey Paw, who are in a deal with Universal right now. So I don't know if that makes a difference, but yeah, Jordan Peele is looking to have a pitch.
Interesting.
Taylor Sheridan of Paramount. No details, but it will look like Sheridan would just serve as a producer. Not sure what the pitch is going to be there. Osgood Perkins and Neon. Now, as for Perkins, he would only be producing and co-writing with Brian Bertino. Bertino directed the original 2008 The Strangers. He would helm this particular version of Leatherface should Neon win the rights. So I think that's there's some good vibes with The Strangers.
Right.
I could see that. Now, this is a weird one. The Glenn Powell A24 situation, JT Molnar writing, Roy Lee producing. That is a TV pitch that's aligned with A24. And we'll have Austin native, Glenn Powell involved, but not starring like there was originally hinted at when those reports came out. But it is cool. I mean, Glenn Powell directly involved.
Cool.
Why not star? He could be like a Johnny type character.
Yeah.
He could, write that down because I would be more than okay with Glenn Powell playing Johnny. But on top of that as well, so Roy Lee would be pitching with A24 and the Glenn Powell duo there. But also, Roy has a separate pitch ready for a feature film that would be set up with Netflix.
So Roy's just trying to get whatever he can get.
Please let me get there.
Come on, please.
Please let me be involved. So, yeah, I did want to clarify. This is important because I saw a lot of people sharing this in the TCM game, Facebook, and the subreddit, and it's like, now we know why. Now we know why the game died. And I've also seen other people say, with the rights move, can that save the game? And the answer is no to both of those, just to be clear. This is completely unrelated to the Vortex, to Vortex and their rights and the interactive rights. Completely unrelated. That's why they only had the rights to the first film, although the looks of Leatherface, spread across all of the franchise. Right. But yeah, they're completely unrelated. This deal changes nothing. I think the best example to look at for this is how Trancas worked with Blumhouse to make the new trilogy. The actual rights of Halloween did not leave Trancas. Right. They still own Michael. They still own the IP. It's the exact same thing here. They're just making a new deal to make new movies. So, yeah, in terms of the game, literally nothing. It affects nothing. It also, so if you were, oh my God, the rights moved, does that mean Gunn loses the rights? Now they're going to take it off the store? No. It's completely unrelated. That might happen eventually. Their deal will end at some point.
But unrelated.
But yeah, this is completely unrelated. Just so you know.
Yeah. Like I said, I have a pitch for a TCM TV show
Well, get in there.
on the CW.
They're pitching right now.
Should I call Roy Lee?
Yeah.
You get another pitch in there for him?
Yeah. On the CW.
On the CW. That's right. We're making a teen drama TCM. I'm just kidding. But I do have an idea.
I think, honestly, like I know us TCM game fanboys, I genuinely think somebody should consider doing something with that approach.
Yeah.
Like the original characters. I think,
A prequel with your original family.
Yeah, and I think you could, following the story of Maria and doing all that, I think going back and forth between focusing on the family and focusing on the victims could be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Considering that's where you could run a TV series.
Yeah, because there's just so much more time you need to fill.
Yeah. Do you think Verve would have any interest in working on a Netflix film again?
Money talks.
Why not do because like how Fede Alvarez was involved in creative originally for TCM. He was directing it. And then he was out, but then he still produced. I want to see Alvarez's vision. His vision on it. Because I think he's probably one of the best working horror directors right now. Something to consider.
Yeah. I look at all these names and I'm like, I can see it, but I don't know. Oz and Neon.
Weird.
It's weird. Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele's the only one I'm kind of struggling with a little bit.
That one, I guess, would work for a show. It would work for a show because you get more time to, dive into these characters. Jordan Peele would do really good with, in my opinion. But as far as like horror, gore, slasher type thing, I don't know.
I guess we haven't really seen that from Jordan Peele yet. He kind of he's elevated horror, and I just don't know we don't know yet what else Jordan Peele can do. I guess, and then he'd probably only be producing anyway. I doubt we'd see him directing. It would just be like Monkey Paw making the film. But Jordan Peele directing a TCM movie? Dude, where's Zombie at? Now is your time to pitch it, Bob. Get in there and pitch it, man. I'm telling you, I would love to see it. And as somebody who hates on Rob Zombie all the time, his films, I like his music. Somebody who hates in his films all the time, this is the one IP I can truly see him kicking ass at.
Go ahead and direct and consult with the story.
Yeah, just don't write it.
Just don't put your pen to the damn paper.
Don't write any dialogue.
Nope.
You want to come up with a story arc? I'm okay with that.
Come up with some gore, some kills? Cool.
Do not write any dialogue.
For the love of God.
For the love of God. Other than that, I could totally see him doing it. I'd be into it. But yeah, we'll find out. We'll see. Honestly, could be as soon as this week. I don't know how quickly they'll turn around these pitches and make a deal, but I'm sure we'll be hearing more soon.